Hey kids, this is Jack. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my Harmony Point Zoo. This is a Planet Zoo Let's Play, naturally enough. As you may be able to tell, I did a little iterating in between this episode and the last one. Just a little here and there. Added a bunch of trees, added some educational posts, added a waterfall. Just basically made it look prettier. Haven't worked on any new habitats, haven't worked on anything else that's really huge, but just basically added some details here and there. Now the first thing that I wanted to do in this episode is I wanted to add an exhibit, and I'm going to add it right here. I love how these people are standing on the grass because they're part of a group that's sitting. But I'm going to add this exhibit right here, so let's go ahead and grab one of the facility boxes, the exhibits. Now, I could just use one of these. It's an African exhibit. It looks okay, but it's not exactly what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the blueprints to pull this thing up, and then I'm going to decorate it myself. Now, I don't want it to be connected to this to the entry path. I want it to be separate here. At the same time, though, I don't want it to interfere with the eventual river, so I'm going to do this much. I'm going to put it about here, let's say. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to remove this particular path and then replace it with my own. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to just add it in like that. So that's what we're going to have for the exhibit. I'm thinking about bringing it back around over here so it would be like this. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. We're going to bring it back to visuals on 3 sides. So, let's start with the decorating first. It's beginning to get night, so let me turn the light on. And I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the mud walls, the African mud walls. But what I need these. So, on 3 sides. Okay, and on the 4th, we'll just put a regular wall. There. Now, let's look to the... Do I want to use those? Or do I want to use the other ones? Okay, and blue puff. So let's try these. All right. Yeah, I've been planning on adding an exhibit animal for a while. Somebody actually asked about it in the comments, though, and I wanted to assure you guys that yes, these were always coming. The various exhibit animals were always going to be a part of the zoo. but I generally always put down 2 or 3, or in this case 4 habitats before I get to the exhibits. It's just personal habit, doesn't really mean anything, certainly doesn't have any significance. Now, as for the animal I've decided to start exhibits, I'm going to go with the Goliath Frog because it's just a cool animal. It is. It's a cool animal. Let's see. Let's put a roof like that. Yeah. Mud wall top. Okay. Now what I want is this. Yep. I'm sorry for going so quiet on you. I'm doing that thing again where I concentrate and I lose track of what I'm supposed to be saying, which is maintaining a running dialogue for the viewers, which is you guys. And I've been letting you down. Sorry about that, guys. I don't have any particular order. I'm not going to try and put all of the habitat animals in them, all the exhibit animals, but I am planning on adding several because they're pretty cool, and I haven't decided which ones I'm going to use, other than the fact that this is going to be the Goliath Frog. I really have no idea otherwise. In the African section, the other two exhibit animals are the Goliath beetle and the puff adder. I'm not a particular fan of the Goliath beetle because it's a pain in the behind. It dies too quickly. It has a lifespan that, it has a lifespan less than a biscuit, and you're constantly having to buy new ones, so it's just a pain in the behind. Excuse me, folks. I am recovering from the head cold that I had, but the honest truth is I'm not 100% yet, so if my voice sounds choppy or if it sounds like I'm clearing my throat a lot, it's because I'm doing that. That's exactly what's happening. And sorry if it interferes. I'm doing my best. But as I was saying, I'm not planning on including every single habitat animal or exhibit animal. I happen to like the Goliath frog. It's a nice, sturdy animal. It doesn't die on you easily. It's it's a good one to start with if you're going to start with the exhibit animals. This is beginning to look pretty good, isn't it? Anyway, if we have time, what I'm also thinking about doing is just starting, it won't be finished, starting on the African wild dog exhibit, or habitat rather. There is a challenge going on right now. We are actually in the middle of it. So I'd be jumping on the bandwagon a little late, but you know what? That's okay. Better late than never, right? Okay. And let's bring a couple of these over. Here we go. Well, I hope your holiday was a good one. Mine was pretty good. I got to spend some time with some of my family. And, it was just really fun. You know, I love the kids. Okay, sorry for the edit, guys. I had to sneeze, which means I paused everything and edited out the sound of me sneezing into my own microphone. So that's why there's a bump here, and that's why, you know, there's a missing chunk out of the video. It's because I didn't want to sneeze into all of your ears. You know, I'll try and do better next time. Not sneeze on you. But the honest truth is, I'm not 100% on that head cold, and you know, with the head cold came sneezing all over people. That. Okay, what is this? This is a tree. Let's grab that tree, and we'll put it back here. Okay. Now let's put an animal in here. Here's to hoping that we can get our hands on a couple of Goliath frogs. If not, we'll try the eastern brown snake or the Goliath beetle. Oh, cool. Okay, let's make sure that they're doing okay. Alright, and let's get their temperatures taken care of. Let's try 80 for both of these. There. We'll see if it's actually correct. And the last thing I want to do is I want to do this. Nope. Here we are. Okay. And then we will Goliath Frog exhibit. Okay, and I still haven't created any work zones yet, so there's no problem with the keepers getting to it. I'm going to do that later on when we finally have, you know, a lot of different zones. But for right now, they're fine just on their own. I'm going to put another bench down. Okay, now I was also going to look at African wild dogs. Excuse me, please. So here's what I want to do with the African wild dogs. The first thing, sorry, that should have been terrain. Okay, here we are. This is going to be a little complicated. This is the river that I plan on having go across my zoo and around the various sections of my zoo. Naturally, I'm not just putting it in because I'm trying to shape it according to the needs of the zoo, which is, of course, exactly what would happen. Let's see. There, is that about? Yeah, that's about. So, and here's the next part. Okay. Yeah, it's more like it. I want it to be tangibly lower than the path without being hugely lower, if that makes any sense at all. You know, I want there to be a definitive difference between the height of the path and okay. And then I want this, so you know, obviously we're going to be putting something there to block the water from the habitat. Okay, let's get that path going. Okay, so I'm going to pause this while I do this. What I want to do is I want to make a little bit of a rock bridge. I wonder if there are any actual... Okay, I know what I want to do. Let's see. This is not the permanent fence for the path here. This is just me marking space. Okay? All right. That's about 3 meters, so let's move back on this. And that's about 3 meters. So what I want is rocks. Let's turn off the blueprints here. Okay. Taiga, tropical, savanna are up here, right? Grassland. There we go. Alright. Now what I want is something along the lines of this. So let's get this moved in. Yeah, alright. Okay. Now, let's make that all one piece so I can then do this. You know, adjust it, maneuver it, all that number. But basically, that's what I want. We're going to do one more. Okay. Yeah. Alright. So, now what I need is go back to the rocks. Thank you. There we go. Okay. Alright. Now, there is no way I'm going to get this finished in this particular episode, but that's alright. I don't mind taking more than one episode to get things done. But I hope you can see what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to make a ramp. And if it takes a little extra, it'll take a little extra. I want to do it right, not quick. If that makes sense. And I'm hoping that when I get done, I'll have a ramp that the zookeepers can use in addition to the wild dogs. And I think they will. I think they're gonna. I think that's, you know, I think they absolutely are. So, let's see. And again, we'll make this one piece. And first I'm going to adjust it just a little. Maybe a little more. There we go. I'm sure that'll work. Okay, now let's do this. Yes, I'm deliberately turning that around just so I can do that part. Okay, now here's the other thing I wanted to do. This is going to be part of the tricky part. So that work? I think that might work. Let's put another one just like it there. Now, here's what we need. I need some savanna rocks. So I'm going to take them from here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop these savanna rocks right across this like this. Right across this like this. That's very, very specific, Butler. Bravo to the to the guy who boy, right across this like this. Can I get worse than that? I don't see how, but apparently maybe I can. Still, right across this like this. Can you believe that? I can't. I cannot. I can't believe I actually said that nonsense, because it is nonsense. It's just, boy. Anyway, you understood what I was saying, I'm sure. But, you know, basically I wanted to block off the underside of this particular ramp, like so. And this one. Like that. Now, you know what? I'm going to, there, I'm going to do this. I hear you going, well, okay, well, so you're making this, yes, I want to make this into a cave. That's exactly what I'm doing. Whoops, I want to make this into a cave. So, you know what I want? I hit the wrong control. And let's just move this one all the way back in here. Now, I do need some more rocks. More rocks, more rocks. Okay. I know that technically the African wild dog could leap this little 2-meter board easily, but the animals don't jump down, so it won't. You know, that's the thing. Could it? Yes, in a heartbeat. Will it? No, it won't. And yes, I know it just looked like I left that thing hanging in space, but I promise you I haven't, because of that. Um, there. Okay. Now comes the rest of the rocks. There's going to be a lot of rocks over here. Yeah, it's the weirdest things you think of when you're not really thinking. And I know I should be talking more, but like I said, I'm concentrating. And but the reason I brought up weird things that you think about is because I suddenly have Mrs. Robinson by Simon and Garfunkel in my head, and it's like completely and totally apropos of nothing. I mean, seriously, it's you know, it has no connection to anything I'm doing, but in my head it remains. It's an awfully long ramp, but you know what? I don't care. You go grab another wall of rock from the back. And I'm hoping this works. It ought to work. It should work. You know, everything I know about building habitats says that it ought to work just fine. So, now, here's what I really want to do, what I want to do eventually. This is going to be the den. Now, I'm going to go ahead and call this video here. As you can see, we are not even a third of the way finished with the African wild dog habitat, but I'm satisfied with progress. Plus, we did manage to get the Atlas frogs in. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what I did here, by all means, subscribe. Hit the like button. It helps my channel out. Thank you for all your support, and a lot of you have given me a lot of kind words. I really appreciate it. As you go out and about, please be careful. We still have the virus around. And mostly when you can, be kind, because the world really does need more kindness. In the next episode, we'll finish this habitat. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.